Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here. All right. Um, I'm going to wait for you all to start coming in because there's a little bit of a lag between when I get started and when I actually go live. So welcome in, everyone. I am Tanya TKO, and we were in the middle of a broadcast the last time that I was on. We were talking about bonnets not being a symbol of self-love, and it was a really important topic that I wanted to expound upon that day. And my computer crashed in the middle of broadcast, and all of my data was deleted and erased. And I kind of got caught out there because hey, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome. I'm going to wait before we start talking about anything. I'm going to wait for the text notification crew to get their text and come in, because we didn't do the whatchamacallit. We didn't do the countdown. So just there's a lot of changes going on behind the scenes, upgrades and stuff like that. And with change comes a learning curve of things that you don't know and different ways of operating. So I'm going to, before we get into the full talk, let me just see how everybody is doing out there. You know what? Let me see if I could. As you see, I don't have my logos, the background, none of that. When I say all of my files were corrupted and lost the entire drive with everything. And I kind of got caught out there because, I COVID hit, and I don't have like my whole entire setup, and I've been rebuilding a setup. One of the things that I did not do was additional storage, and I just kind of got caught out there. So I'm actually, hey Maurice, I see a bunch of you are in here already, but I'm waiting for the text to go out. There's I'm so disappointed right now. I'm really disappointed, and I don't know. I'm disappointed. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome. Is the bonnet conversation already over? Because it's been 4 days. My computer went down on the 3rd, and I've been working behind the scenes to get everything together. Let me see if I could. Here's the chat, and let me see. There is I wanted to change the text on the chat, so that's something that I can actually do right now. I need to Hey everybody, hey, I'm just giving an update, and so text notification squad, you have to just bear with me because what the bumba, okay, here we go. You have to bear with me because because of the new system, the text notifications are about 10 minutes behind the live stream. So what I've been doing is I've been doing a 15-minute countdown timer, and then the text would go out, and then we just go live, but we just went live without doing a 15-minute countdown. So there's some people who complain about the countdown, but I'm like, you know what? You cannot make everybody happy because people complain about everything. It's like, and that's part of the issue with this whole Monique thing. Because it's like you cannot. I want to talk about that in a whole video dedicated to itself. But you all need to let me know whether or not the bonnet conversation is dead and gone because it's been 4 days, or let me see. Where should I send this? I'll just keep it in drafts. Is the conversation dead and gone? And then let me pull this up over here. And then give me one moment. This text still hasn't come through. I feel like crying, but I'm not going to. I really do. I feel like crying because it's like, I feel so much pressure. You know what I mean? I feel so much pressure. That's what makes me feel like just relieving some of that pressure with tears, because it's like, it's like it's like you try, and there's like so many things that are messed up, but it's like tears are a waste because you already know that it's going to get fixed. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be all right. Okay, so let's see. I am putting up some CSS to, okay, so I've changed the font with some CSS coding that I worked on over the weekend. No, I'm really upset because it's like, I want everything to be nice. And I've been so proud of the direction that we've been going in. The show has been getting so much better, and I've been working on doing other things behind the scenes. Like, I feel like I'm not in the right, with like something is like I'm off center for some reason. I've been just so proud of where the broadcast has been going, etc. And I don't know. So you all are saying that Bonnet Gate is not over. Oh, you all are giving me compliments. Thank you. Thank you. This font looks better, right? So I worked on that over the weekend because I didn't have my files, so that's why I was on the other computer, so I had to copy and paste. But I like this font better because when you start getting into individual high-powered broadcasts and stuff like that, this particular realm is dedicated to gamers. And so like my computer is a gamer computer, and there's things that I just didn't know. I'm still waiting for this text. This text has not come through. And how long have we been on? We've been on for 7 minutes. So like I said, it's about 10 minutes behind. So we can just have a conversation until we get, there we go. Until the text notification squad gets their text, and then we'll get started. So yeah, so they were using a gamer font, and this font is so much better to read. And so I'll just tell you all this while we wait for the text notification squad to get their text. When you start breaking out of the tools that are provided for you, you have to get into coding and hiring developers and stuff like that. And thank you. And so thank you. And I can read this font a lot better than the other one. I don't know. Okay. You got the text, Beverly? I didn't get my text. Who's here from the text notification squad that got their text? Because I haven't gotten mine yet. Because I'm on the text notification squad too. And Mojo, I appreciate the kind words. No, it wasn't a hack. It wasn't a virus. It was. I'll tell you all the whole story as soon as the text notification squad gets their text, and then we'll jump into all of the details. And my opinions is saying what was wrong with the old way. What was wrong with the old way? There was nothing wrong with the old way. It's just that the new way is an upgrade. So you can continue to do things at the same level, but as you grow, you have to have the tools that are available for growth. You know how they say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready? Well, it's like my dream was to have a talk show. That used to be my dream. And I realized that, it's like we talk about this a lot on my channel about what is it that you're actually doing to go towards your dream, right? And it was my dream way back in the days, like 10 years ago, it was my dream to have a talk show. And I wanted to be in the studio and have my makeup and the studio audience and all of this stuff. That's what I thought that I wanted. And I wasn't really making any steps towards doing that. That's when I closed my business and I went around the world to try to write my book. And then I ended up coming back and living in my car and all of this other stuff. And then the book was made. The book was just birthed, right? And then, so we've been doing upgrades, and we've been kind of experimenting with a live virtual studio audience. And I realized that that is more along the lines of what it is that I would like. I would like to be able to have these discussions. I haven't gotten my text yet. What is going on? How long has this been? It's been 10 minutes. It's not here yet. I'm going to have to. What is the way? What is the way? It's so frustrating. What is the way that I get around this problem? I come from a very analytical family, right? Engineers and very intelligent people. And when you're a creative like I am, your brain works a little bit differently. So I'm also logical and stuff. But sometimes I need a reminder. And I was speaking with my with my brother the other day. And a few weeks ago when I was trying to figure out the text notification issue, right? And I was coming up with the solution based on what it is that I wanted instead of solving the problem. So what is the problem that I'm having right now? The problem that I'm having now is that there is a delay between when I go live and when people get their text. And the delay, it's been more than 12 minutes. It's been more than 10 minutes. So the issue that I'm having now is we solved the issue with the countdown timer. So that we put the countdown timer, and with the countdown timer, we were able to have the text sent out while the timer was still going on. But if we go live immediately like this, this is unbelievable. I need you all, is it just me that didn't get my text? Is there anybody, if you're here from the text notification squad and you got your text, put up the number 10. If you did not get your text, don't put up anything, because I want to see if it's just me who didn't get my text. I need to see that. And Kara is saying, Tanya, you are bigger than you think, my lady. What is that? You know what? I think you're right about that. I think you're right about that, because I remember the days when we used to be able to talk junk on our channel, and it was no big deal because we were just talking junk amongst ourselves, right? But now that my Facebook page has almost a million followers, there comes a responsibility. I realized the responsibility of my platform when I broadcasted, when I did very minimal research, because I wasn't really the whole Paul Mooney story was not, I really didn't want to report on Paul Mooney, but he died and I decided to go report on him. And I did very minimal research. And I came out and I announced something that was not true. So there are people here from the text notification squad who got their text. Sandra, you got your text? How is Sandra the only person who got her text? And so I came out and I started doing that video, and the information that I had started doing before, like I did very minimal research. The information I had when I started the video was not correct information. And we had gotten the correct information because I reported that he did not have children because his children were not listed on his Wikipedia page, right? And I reported that he didn't have children, and that information was not correct. And we had gotten the right information by the end of the broadcast, but we had already made a statement in the beginning of the video. And I realized the power and responsibility of broadcasting to a lot of people. But why is the text not gone? This doesn't make any sense. You're seeing a lot of 10s on your screen. I don't see 10s on my screen. I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing them. It does cost every time I send a text. So Angel posted 10. But everybody's let me log into my program and see what the HE double hockey sticks is going on, because this is not supposed to. This is not supposed to be like this. Because I'm like waiting for everybody to come in and I haven't even gotten my text. And I, of all people, this is frustrating. Maybe this is a Mercury retrograde issue, honestly, because this doesn't make any sense. This is outside of the programming that exists, and programs operate as programs are supposed to. So today is June 6th, and the text service is saying that no text was sent out. So if you are on the text notification squad and you're putting up a 10, you did not get a text from me. Not from me, because the last text that was sent out was June 4th. And so let me check my, because there's a few different systems that are connected in order to get the text to go out automatically. And I need to see why this is not going out. This is weird. Let me see. I need to go into, there we go. There comes the text. How long did it take from broadcast time? 16 minutes, 16 and a half minutes. Yep, there's the text. All right. All right. I got chills. I'm so upset right now. Like my goosebumps are raised up. All right. Okay. After almost 17 minutes. So this, I'm going to go behind the scenes and we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. All right. Today is the 7th. The last time a text went out was before the one that just went out. It says was the 4th. So I'm going to refresh this and here we go. Now it says that the text went out on the 7th. So we need to fix that delay time, because if I go live like this, I want you all to get your text. This is the whole purpose of the text notification squad. All right, so now that the text notification squad is in the house, let's go ahead and get this party started. Hello, knockouts. Tanya TKO here. Let me come back with the cam shot. All right. Hello, knockouts. Tanya TKO here. And as you know, I'm a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we typically use viral video topics for teachable moments of what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your own life. And as you see, I don't have on my uniform today. Well, this is a part of my uniform as well. This is the we're just chilling and having a conversation uniform. And I just wanted to tell you all what happened the last time that we broadcasted live and what went down. So we were broadcasting live on the 3rd of June and my new computer crashed. We were engaged in some very graphic, intensive process because we had the background going with the moving this, and we had the logos on the screen and all of that. And so the way that I typically operate is I have all of my files on an external hard drive and I have the programs pull from the external drive. While it was pulling from the external drive, the computer crashed. And because of the access that was happening in that moment, the external drive got corrupted and I lost all of my files. I then went through a process of working with tech support to first fix the issue and, well, to recover the files and then fix the issue. So it took 20 to 22 hours of scanning to be able to find all of the files. It did a deep scan on the drive. It took 22 hours. So that's one day. Then it took another 18 hours to be able to recover the files. And then it took another 8 hours to be able to transfer the files. So I have the files that were transferred on my hard drive now. It's about 500 gigs that I was able to pull up. the file folders are all messed up now. Things are not in order. There's a whole bunch of weird numbers and letters and characters. I would show it to you all. Let me see if I can show you all what this looks like. Right? Give me 1 second. All right, I can show you all. I'll show you all exactly what this looks like. Let's, how do I, this one has a, there we go. There we go. All right, so you can't really see this because it looks so small. Let me see. Let me see if I can make this bigger. All right. Okay. So look at how the files, they just look weird. Like this is not how I, like it looks weird. So it found some files, but you see how it's like it has all of these weird names. It has all of these weird names on the files, and it's like the file type is just weird. And so you see how it looks, right? It's just weirdness, right? And so you see how hold on, you can't see the top of the thing. You see how it has like all of these weird names, and it's like it's just bizarre. So I went and I was like, okay, let me do a secondary, because that one took 2 days in and of itself for the scanning, the recovering, and the transfer. That took 2 days. Then yesterday I was like, okay, you know what? Let me try a different program. So I went to a different program, and I went to a different program, and the program did a recovery on the disk. And it found the files, it found it, and the folders have their names and all of that. So I'm like, oh, yes. And so I had to buy like a new external to transfer it to. And 1 terabyte of data turned into 30 terabytes of data somehow. So I wrote to support. Support is on, because I use the paid program, so I have support with it. And with support, they're in some other country, and their support is from 9 to 5, but in this other country, which is 11 p.m. or 9 p.m. my time, and they have scheduled an appointment for me 11 p.m. tonight, right? And so, okay, so you all understand some of this mess that I'm going through. That's fine. So 11 p.m. tonight, I have an appointment to speak with tech support, and hopefully tech support can help me understand how 1 terabyte of data, any of you out there know how 1 terabyte of data could turn into 29 terabytes of data? And I'm like, it just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. So Count Dracula is asking me, do I have certifications? Of course. Of course. I can see you haven't been to my website, TanyaTKO.com, and about me. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I am a certified life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. And hold on. Yes, the past few days have been quite, you know what? It hasn't even really been stressful because I've just been distracting myself, but I know I do not have a virus. Some of you out there are very silly. Some of you are very silly. I do not have a virus. It's unbelievable. People just start saying anything and not know what it is that they're talking about. Oh my goodness. All right. So listen, I'm just giving the updates. That's pretty much the bulk of it. I hope you all are doing well out there. Is the Monique conversation over? Is the Monique conversation dead and done? This whole bonnet situation, because I had my 2 cents that I needed to give on the situation. Just Jay is saying Tanya's not in the mood today. I'm really not. And people, you know what it is? There are a lot of miserable people out there. And misery, they say, loves company, because they want somebody to sit with them in their misery. And they have a lot going on internally. And this is why I say, with the whole you know what, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to write some notes so that I don't forget anything, right? Because there's a lot of different people out there who have ideas for how you should live your life. At the end of the day, you're going to have to live your life according to your choices and what is right for you. Monique, nor none of the other people out there who have opinions for how other people should dress, none of you know why that person is dressing like that. Like we talked about the issue. We need to get to the root of the issue. I don't want to talk about that in this video because I already know I'm going to end up cursing some people out. I already know I'm going to end up cursing some people out. So I don't want to have to curse people out on this broadcast. So I'm just not going to start talking about it right now. We are going to just continue going forward. And so Kelly is saying there's still some people who are late to the discussion. Asha is saying she's over it. Did the font change back? Or are people just typing in capitals? I need to see another comment. Or did it only change for the one window? Hold on. I think the font has to be changed in every window. Ugh, how frustrating. I think it has to be changed in every window. Where was the original window that we had with the font on it that changed? Is it, so it changed in this window, but it looks like we have to go into every window and change it. Well, it looks like this is the only window it changed in, so we have to change it in all of the other windows. So, let's see. Yeah, so that means that we just have to change it. That's fine. Because I still have the CSS code. So there we go. So no, I just changed it. As you see, it has to change in each window. All right, so there. All right. I look tired and stressed. Dark circles under my eyes. Okay. Tanya is saying high value men don't fix computers. They pay someone else to fix their computer. All right. Hello, welcome everybody. We're about to jump out of here. I just wanted to let you all know what was going on, and I didn't want to get into any discussion that was going to have me curse people out. So I feel like the font is so large now, like it's not sleek anymore. And I wonder if I should take the bold off. Let me see. Let me practice with let me practice with my CSS. Let me take the bold off and see if, give me 1 second. I just need to get this code up and just change just the background margins, overflow, screen. Here we go. Okay, so I've taken the bold off. This is better, right? That's better than the bold. I like this better than the bold. So yeah, I like that. It looks more elegant. It looks more elegant. So let us take the bold off of here too. Okay, there we go. Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, so there we have that. I like it. Much better. Much better. Much better. All right. All right, so that's pretty much the bulk. That's pretty much the bulk of it. And I need to remember which of my, but I have a scene switcher coming today. And so the scene switcher is going to allow me to be able to switch scenes with the press of a button. Yes, congratulations to Simone Biles. We're out here winning. You know, I'm going to say this to you all, and this is something that some of you don't want to hear, right? It is because I hear vloggers who attack black men and who black men are, and all of this other stuff. And we are on the other side of the coin of black men. And if we are going to talk about how black men are losing and how black men are not intelligent or black men smell and all this other stuff, the same things have to be applied to black women. The same things, because if there is something intrinsic in blackness that makes black men less intelligent, there must be something intrinsic that would also make black women less intelligent. And this is why I feel like we have to avoid getting into those types of conversations. And I think that we have to look at the issue and the problem and what the problem is and work on, I don't want to say attacking that, but work on that. You know what I mean? Because I do feel that there is something intrinsic in us that is creative, that is innovative, that is intelligent. And I think that there are things that are just encoded in us to create, to create. And so I think we have to be careful. I think that there are a lot of black women who are very angry at black men with good reason, But in my opinion, I feel that we have to avoid having these conversations that talk about the genetic coding of black male inferiority. Because if that is the case, then we have to also start looking at ourselves and having a much bigger conversation. Because we can't say, oh, black women are all this and all that, and then say black men are this at the bottom of the... Listen, I understand why we're angry. I understand why a lot of us are angry. I understand. And a lot of us have very good reason to be angry. But we also have to... We have to be strategic with our anger. You know what I mean? We have to be strategic with our anger. And there are some of us who are, there's so many people out there with so many different perspectives. And there was one particular person who I spoke to who let me know that there's a group of black women who feel that white men are the answer. And they then pedestalize white men. Listen, let me tell you something. There's an issue with maleness that can cross over into toxicity and aggression and violence and destruction, right? And those are things that we can address without pedestalizing or demonizing any group of people. Because, and you know what? And I'm guilty of this too. I'm guilty of it because I pedestalize international relationships, because I think as we search for the answer, we start doing tests and we say, okay, well, XYZ is the answer then. And I pedestalize international relationships, not international, intercultural relationships. And I realize that when it comes to people, you have got to take people on a case-by-case basis. There are some factors, like, yes, there are people who are raised in different cultures, and those cultures teach things that are intrinsic to the values embedded in that culture. However, each person in that culture still has to be taken on a case-by-case basis. Each person has to be judged by their own individual merit. And and we cannot deify any particular person or groups of people. Neither can we demonize groups of people. There are groups of people out there who have shown throughout the ages that they behave in a demonic, oppressive, victimizing way. And, and we have to listen. There are people out there who they do. And we can take information from the ages and we can speak in predictive ways about the patterns of behavior sociologically afforded to a group of people. But we cannot say that it is necessarily their DNA that makes them demonic, outside of what it is that they are taught, socialized to teach, how they use their DNA or their gender, coupled with how they've been socialized to feel that they are gods and that they are better or superior or have supremacy. And Mojo is saying the answer is go wherever the love is. You know, listen, yes, go where the love is. Beverly is saying there's only one race, the human race. And yes, I'm one of those women that is working on me. There is only one human race. However, people are still classified, and we cannot ignore that these classifications exist, because when you make yourself blind to color, right? You purposely make yourself blind to the struggles of people who are living within a system where color does matter. So that's my take on it. That's my take. And here comes Daryl. Blacks have a superior genetic code. That's why whites have tried so hard to keep up from being aware and hate for us to organize or become self-sufficient. I mean, there are certain things about having melanin that is better. Yes, melanin is, let's say this. You are trying to get me in trouble. Melanin has benefits. However, people with less melanin produce more vitamin D. So there are pros and there are cons, right? So having more melanin is better for absorbing the light from the sun and transmuting that internally. You know, we are light beings, of course. We use the light from the sun and we create all of these things on the inside. However, people with less melanin internally produce more vitamin D. So a lot of Black people who have been taken from areas that are closer to the equator and trafficked and dispersed all across the world, many of us have vitamin D deficiencies because we were never meant to be in these climates. And so we learned during COVID that vitamin D offset the effects of COVID, right? And people who have more melanin produce less vitamin D. So you have to supplement yours from the outside, right? And so listen, I think that when all is said and done, we're going to have to find a way to coexist. We're going to have to find a way to coexist. I'm sorry. We're going to have to find a way to coexist, all of us. And we're going to have to find a way to, I think part of the issue, which is very valid at this moment, part of the issue is that there are people who feel inferior. There are people who feel inferior and who feel that other people are inferior and other people are superior, and they make their dating choices based on wanting to be with the oppressor that taught you that the oppressor was superior. You know? I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to put it. You know? I don't know how else to put it. So I'm not going to say much more about it other than that. So hold on. Somebody said, Ashley, that is not true. Most black men celebrate their mother, and then the comment went by too fast. Just Jay says, right, coexist, needing to be superior to another takes up too much energy for me personally. And then A says, hence why all the foods are formulated without nutrients for melanin diets. Just my thoughts. Bev says, thanks, Tanya, you are right. And I know that I'm not mad at black man. I want all black people to come together and just respect each other. And Nikki says, unfortunately, most don't want to coexist. They want to keep the status quo. I told people from the jungle or the savannah, damn it, I need sun. Tam, listen, vitamin D deficiency, the thing is that the amount of sun that we would need to absorb, we just have a difficult time being able to absorb that from the sun with us being indoors, right? Somebody just wrote to me. Interesting. All right. Charles says, I hate this superior genetic discussion. It's limiting and creates excuses for behaviors. I mean, there are some genetic features that are superior. There really are. There are. And I remember oh my goodness. I remember when I was living off the grid in my RV, right? And I was on this RV camp in the mountains that had a hot tub and a pool area. And I went to the hot tub and the pool to just sit in and get my sun and just relax, right? Because I used to go jogging in the morning. I had some muscle aches and I wanted to just go and soak. And there were some Caucasian people who were in the hot tub with me. And as they began to fry and sizzle in the sun, the white guy decided to exclaim out, "Master race my ass." And I was like, what are you talking about? Well, I was minding my business, but it's like when you're the only melanated person in certain areas, people start having certain conversations that you did not ask or want to be a part of, but they initiate it and then bring you into it. And I'm just sitting there trying to mind my own black ass business. And here he comes and he makes his statement, "Master race my ass," he says. And I'm like, what? And he starts going on, oh, Hitler and the Aryans used to say that we were the master race. And he's like, but look at me. I am frying and sizzling. I cannot take the sun. And I was like, And he was like, I don't know why they called us the master race. And he was like, the sun is killing us. We can't deal with the environment. And I just splashed myself with water and tried to lean back. And all I did was just laugh. I mean, ha, 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 ha. What else could I say? As I sat there soaking up the sun, becoming brown and delectable. What could I say? I just ha 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 and leaned back. What could I say? Let me see. I think I have a picture of myself from one of those days on Instagram. Let me see if I can find my Instagram posts from when I was bathing in the sun in the hot tub area, and he came out with his whole master race my ass business. I didn't ask for the conversation. The conversation came to me, right? I'm going to show you. I'm going to find my picture because I used to take photos in my little bikinis when I was in my areas. Where's my bikinis? Let me see if I can find them. I did put them on Instagram, right? Let me see. Oh, my gracious. Where's my bikini picture? And I was just sitting there like, I don't know what to say because I don't know how people got to the point to call recessive genes superior. It's like you have recessive genes that are not conducive to the environment and you're calling them superior. What could I say? I had to mind my damn business. Mind my business and just look away. Look away. I'm looking for my bikini in the sun photo. Oh, I can't find it. Because, I went and deleted a bunch of pictures from Instagram. Maybe my tatas didn't need to be on there like that. But I'm sure I have oh, wow, what is this? Oh, my. Oh, you cannot see. Oh, you can't. Can you see back? Nope. Why is it that this screen is so bright? Why? Oh, you see a little bit of, hold on. Where's that brown skin? I love your brown skin. I can't find it. I think I took them down. Because, people, they, sometimes they don't be ready for all the jelly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't be ready for all the jelly, and sometimes you just got to show a little bit of the jelly and then, take down the jelly before they get swelly. You know what I'm saying? You must take down the jelly them. Everybody know ready. Them the ready. All right. So yes, I don't have it. But, Tracy is saying skin cancer does not discriminate. Yes, it does. It does. The lighter you are, the more susceptible you are to developing skin cancer. I wish that we would do our own research on that. The lighter you are, the less melanin you have. So it may not discriminate according to race because there are people who are black, who call themselves black, who are really white. But when that sun get down on their ass and they start frying, then they understand. Oh, Lord, Mojo said, Tanya, you forgot about your crash computer. Yes, I have. Let me get my ass off of here. Listen. Let me get out of here. Yes, you're right. We went into a hole. We then talked about bikinis and tatas and all in melanin and all of that. So listen, yes, it's time. I'm sweating now under my arms. I forgot about what we was talking about here. All right. So yes. So I am. It looks like I'm not going to be able to get tech support until this evening. It seems like I'm not going to get tech support until this evening. So we should be back up and running tomorrow. We should be back up and running for a video tomorrow. So I appreciate all of you coming out. I'm going to go break my fast. Okay, so Just Jay is saying, I did find that when Black people get skin cancer, it's more deadly though, but not common like that. All right, yes, yes, yes. So Tracy says there are light-skinned Black people, Tanya. It's not racial discrimination. No, 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 no. Skin cancer discriminates based on melanin. So you could call yourself whatever the F you want to call yourself, right? Call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, but you better know. Oh my Lord, all my phones are ringing around me. There's some sort of Amber Alert in the area. Let me see. What's going on? It says this alert has been activated for the following areas. New York City Police Department 32nd Precinct is activated the New York State Amber Alert and is investigating a child abduction occurred on 8th Avenue in Manhattan. Let me put this. Oh, I don't have the Apple. I don't have my screen up for you all. But there's an Amber Alert. There's some sort of abduction. Since I'm on live, let's find this person. If you're in New York, and I'm gonna get my screen up so that you all can help find this person in Manhattan that has abducted a child. These people out here are sick. They're sick. These people out here be sick. It's like, what's wrong with you people? I don't get it. I was thinking about this the other day in terms of a person in a family, you know, messing with a child intimately. And I'm like, people know this child doesn't stay a child forever. Children grow up. So it's like, what are you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me pull up my screen. All right, here we go. So this is the Amber Alert. It says New York City Police Department says 8th Avenue, Manhattan at 2:50 p.m. No, 2:50 a.m. on 6/7. Now you just putting up the Amber Alert? It says the child Miangel Gaines is a Black female, approximately 9 months old, with long black hair and brown eyes. How a 9-month-old got long hair? She is approximately 15 inches tall. How is a 9-month-old 15 inches? There's newborn babies longer than that. Something ain't right. And 19 pounds. Miangel was last seen wearing red, white, and blue onesie. The suspect, Antonio Armstrong, is a Black male, approximately 22 years old, with black hair and brown eyes. He is approximately 5 feet 10 inches tall. Let me make this larger for you all. I don't know what is going on. Okay, here we go. So this is the Amber Alert right here. Antonio Armstrong is a Black male, approximately 22 years old, with black hair and brown eyes. He is approximately 5 foot 10 inches tall and weighs about 200 pounds. Tattoo on his neck of a microphone. So he's some sort of artist. The suspect was last seen traveling on 8th Avenue. The child was taken under circumstances that lead police to believe that they are in imminent danger of serious harm and or death. Oh my Lord, have mercy. So if you all see anything in the New York area, but 2:50 a.m. and you just now putting this up almost 12 hours later. All right. That's the New York State Amber Alert, y'all. I don't know if we were meant to stay on this broadcast long enough for the Amber Alert to come through. But Lord have mercy. They're asking if Tanya Walker's sunburn hurt. I've been sunburned before. When I was in the Dominican Republic, it was cloudy. People don't realize that the rays still come through even though it's cloudy. And I was sunbathing, and yes, it hurts. It feels sore, like your skin is tender, and it hurts. And that's when I realized I'm Black, but I ain't black enough to think that too much sun is not going to overload my cells. So this is what I'm saying. You'll get your wake up call out here, calling you, looking like what's that black guy's name? He acts like a COON, and he was in the movie White Girls, and he just loved him some white girls, and then he got married to a woman that he's claiming is black. Terry, what's his name? Terry something. And he got some wife that he gonna stand up here and try to gaslight us and tell us is black. Go ahead in the sun, hun. That's how black you are. Tell us. Terry Crews. Yes, that's his name. Listen. Go ahead. Go ahead and try to tell us. I mean, you know what she looked like. If you don't know, I'll show you. I'll show you. Don't worry. If you don't know, I'll show you. I'll give you a little look. See? They. Yes, here we go. Terry. I'm gonna search for this. Terry Crews' wife. Where's my thing? Oops, let me bring my thing below here. All right. So this is her, and people like, oh, she's a black woman. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, let's see. I don't know. Go ahead. Say, well, whatever. Listen. I don't know. Listen, we listen. Anybody could be black nowadays. Anybody. So they say she's a black woman. So okay. They say she's a black woman. So all right, just go ahead, black woman. Go into the sun. I'm sorry. This is the black woman. You remember Tyrese had his black queen. So this is his black woman. So it's like people act, they always act like they don't know what a black woman looks like until it's time to draw some images of somebody on the front lines looking like a martyr. This is Black Queen. Listen. Y'all telling me to hush? All right, I hush. Let me be quiet. Oh yes, honey. I'm sorry I had to speak again. All right. Listen, go on ahead. Go on ahead. Go on. Hey, listen. Anybody could be black. Rachel Dolezal was walking around black, wasn't she? Wasn't she? Until you all started calling her a caricature of blackness, but she was black, wasn't she? You got so many out here. Listen, I ain't one to talk. I ain't talking. Oh, she looks so black. Oh my God, you're too black. Listen. Now we got the biracial people coming out claiming they blackness. All right. Like I said, any and everybody is black now. Go ahead. Go ahead. came from a whole white womb talking about Drew Black, I ain't gonna say nothing. Listen, it's like I try to be nice on my channel, but it's like, I think it's disrespectful. We're gonna come back and talk about, listen, we need to have a whole video one day just about that alone. But, I'm gonna mind my business today. I'm gonna let you all get away with it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because, you go right on ahead. I ain't saying nothing. Let me just get my chat, where's my chat area? Let me just get it back up here. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Say whatever you want. I don't care. Say whatever you want. It ain't my business at the moment because I came to talk about my computer crashing. That's it. That's it. I ain't gonna, listen. I'm just gonna mind my business at the moment. But you know what? We're not gonna mind our business forever because we're gonna do a video on those TikToks that went viral of the biracial people talking about the difference between being raised with a black mother and a white mother, and some of the issues that they've had having white family members, immediate white family members, including their own mother who doesn't understand race and racial issues because some of them were left by these black men. And they have these children, these biracial children, who really don't have a place that they feel that they belong. And so Mojo, say whatever you want to say. Say whatever you want to say. I remember when we first started having the trans discussion, I was like, can't we create space for the trans women? And when we started creating space, you saw what happened. So you go and you do whatever it is that you choose to do. I already know, and I'm going to speak on how it is that I feel. And it's like, black women, you're the ones who end up losing. You're the ones who end up losing. You end up losing by having this kumbaya, let's accept all approach. You end up losing. You end up losing. And we have, and so you all are trying to force me to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it right now, and you're trying to force me. It's taking all my power to keep my mouth shut right now. It's keeping all my power. Just, where's my water? I don't have my water with me here. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because it's like it's a stupid fight. It's a stupid fight. It's a stupid fight because it's like we could have this whole fight right here and we can come to the other side of it because we've had this fight before and we've come to the other side of it. And then those very same people that we've come to the other side of it, you see them on another post and they starting up again because it's deeply embedded in them. Fuck you and your issues as a black woman. I am going to claim that I am a black woman too. Listen, it's so fucking frustrating. And I told you I didn't want to cuss people out because I was already on the verge. I am bicultural. My father is Caribbean. Even me as a bicultural person cannot say that I fully understand the African American struggle issue in this country. Because my mother was African American, my father is Caribbean, right? I'm Caribbean American. Yet we have people who we do come in all shades. However, when one of your parents is another race, you just don't get to erase that. You were socialized in a home with that parent. Genetically, you have the encoding of that parent. You have immediate family members who are of that race. And I'm just gonna close my mouth. I need to close my mouth. And Nikki is saying the library is open. Read, Tanya. I've done my reading. Have you done yours? And that's part of the reason that you sit here and you talk, because you want to push an agenda that is unreal. You want to push an agenda that's unreal. This one drop rule is a lie. The one drop rule is racist, and the one drop rule does not help Black people. The one drop rule hurt Black people. And we have people who, because they face rejection on one side, are like, well, fuck you bitches. You're going to have to accept me on this side. Fuck what your real struggle is. I'm going to claim that I am one of you while I have the genetic encoding of the oppressor. And I'm going to say I'm one of you and define the standard of beauty in a white supremacist society aligned with one of my parents. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you all, listen, you all, if you all want to do that, do it. I ain't gonna argue with you all. Do it. Say it. But you're not gonna get me to, it's like at the end of the day, what you're doing is hurtful and harmful to Black women. It's hurtful and harmful, and that's not what an ally does. An ally doesn't behave that way. An ally doesn't behave that way, because at the end of the day, it's like we have people who are biracial, who are coming in and shifting the conversation and the narrative. Listen, I'm a content creator, and I hold group coaching sessions, and I've held group coaching sessions, and I've held retreats and seminars and stuff like that, right? And I have seen how when first it starts out with saying, yes, accept me as Black. And then Black women so loving and open-armed are like, yes, okay, we accept you as Black. And then those people whom you've now accepted as Black come in and start shifting the conversation and the narrative, one which meets their agenda. Meanwhile, there's no place that Black women have, that Black women are safe to be able to discuss the issues that come along with being a Black woman. There's no place, because then when you start discussing your issues, then the same people that you said, well, accept me as Black, then all of a sudden these people are now in your space, and you have no more safe space to be able to discuss the things that come along with colorism, featureism, and then they like, well, I'm Black, I don't have those issues. Oh, biracial people, every time we have one of these discussions, and listen, let me tell you, stay out of my fucking inbox with your goddamn garbage. Stay out of my inbox. I don't want to hear it. Biracial people write to me all the time, hurt and angry. I don't want to hear it. Don't come into my inbox with your bullshit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And the last biracial person who wrote to me was like, there's no such thing as light skin privilege. And she was telling me this is why she doesn't like this other content creator that I gave a shout out to on my channel, because this is, and I said, listen, this person is not, you're, oh God. You're right. I need to go eat, because you all got me out of sorts. Basura. And Wanda is saying, stop hating on light, bright, damn near white women, and stop cursing people out about it. Everyone bleeds red blood and has a red heart, period. See what I'm saying? So that you have no more safe space for you to be able to discuss your needs, your wants, your issues, the things that are coming up for you. You have no more safe space, because you have motherfuckers like this coming into your space saying that you don't have a right to say what it is that you say. Listen, I have every motherfucking right, and I will speak up as I fucking see fit. And if you think that I don't, come stop me then. Come stop me. Come to me and tell me to stop, and see what happens to you. It's as simple as that. Come and see what happens to you when you try to check me and tell me that I don't have a right to speak as I see fit about the issues that directly affect me. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see. So go ahead. Go ahead. Because we're going to see then. We're going to see then, because I bet you that you don't. I bet you don't. Come to me with that BS. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see. Come and see. It's as simple as that. Come and see. It's as simple as that. I'm sorry, I'm disgusted and I'm tired of the foolishness. It's dumb. It's ridiculous and it's disrespectful. And it takes away, it's like, Black women have such little safe spaces to be able to discuss the issues that are intrinsic and specific to Black women. And it's like we got so many people that continue to tell us that we don't have a right to have these feelings and discuss these issues. Where is the space that we can have and discuss these issues without somebody else encroaching upon our space telling us that we don't have a right? All right. Listen, Hazel, I am coming back with that. We don't even have our setup together. As you see, the stream is in tatters right now. It's in tatters right now, so don't worry. I'm coming back, but I just came to make this video and I should have gotten off. I know how people get. So Mrs. W says, my children, oh my goodness, it's going by too fast. She said, my children are neither Black nor white. Thank you. Thank you. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ugh. People just don't understand how they hurt the very people that they claim that they have this alliance with. And listen, I'm sorry, biracial person, if you've been discriminated against. I'm sorry if you've had a hard life. I'm sorry if you grew up poor. I'm sorry if your Black pappy didn't want you. I'm sorry if your white mammy didn't know how to comb your hair. I'm sorry if you went through all of that. I'm sorry. That still does not make you have to force yourself onto Black women and claim that you're Black. It still doesn't. It still doesn't mean that you have the right to be in spaces where Black women are discussing their pain and you come in and try to invalidate the pain that the Black women are speaking about. That does not mean that. You can have all the issues and listen, being broke and being poor, growing up in a trailer park or the ghetto does not mean that you're Black. It doesn't mean that you're Black. I'm sorry for the people who've experienced that. It doesn't mean that you're Black. God. It's like, what does being Black? People write to me and they're like, I didn't have food when I grew up. That means I'm Black. No, bitch, what the fuck? Let me go. I'm out of here for real. I can't. Listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. Love yourself enough to accept and acknowledge your unique situation in this world instead of trying to force yourself into categories that are not appropriate. Thank you. On that note, I'll see you all in the next video. My issues should be gone by tomorrow, so I should be back out with a video tomorrow. All right. Just because a person's been discriminated against doesn't mean that you're Black. Just because, listen, I just